Hi everybody, I don't know if you watched my videos before, but obviously I'm Trisha Jansen, and I go by the Foodie Princess, and I have, hey Brian, I made a really beautiful chicken piccata, and it's on my Foodie Princess YouTube, but I'm making a lemon chicken tonight. I don't know if you guys have ever had lemon chicken. It's super fast and super easy, and it's such a beautiful meal. It's made with butter, olive oil, fresh lemon juice, and white wine. Super simple. I put a little garlic in it. You don't have to if you don't want to. It takes like 20 minutes, guys, and it looks like something you'd get in a restaurant, okay? So it's something really simple. If you're trying to do low carb, it's a great option. You could serve it over with vegetables. If you're not low carb, I'm gonna do a little pasta with it. And I have the most amazing pasta recipe on my Foodie Princess YouTube. It's a lemon zest brown butter pappardelle that is to die for, which would be great with this. So anyway, I'm gonna tilt this down so I wanna make sure you guys can see. Hey, Lisa. Okay, let's see if you guys, ooh, that got weird. What happened here? Did it, oh, it turned around? I love it. So funny. I'm so unprofessional. Here, I'll be crooked. Go down low. Okay, so what you need is boneless chicken breasts. Super easy, boneless, skinless. And I season these just because I'm so paranoid about, like, you know, cross-contamination. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna turn my burner on. I already did one layer of these. I gotta fix this camera. This is driving me crazy. Hold on. One more time. Hey, Vinny, how are you? Hopefully everybody's good. It's not snowing where you're at. That's a little better. It cuts off the top of my head, but that's okay. We don't need to see the top of my head. So in a saucepan, I have olive oil and a little bit of butter. And I already, like I said, I already browned some chicken breast. So what you want to do is you want to take a chicken breast like this, and you want to separate it in half. You want to butterfly it. So if you haven't done that, I'm wearing gloves again. I'm like, I hate like cross-contamination in a video, and I don't have time to wash my hands all the time. So what you want to do is you want to hold your hand flat, and you want to just slice down with a sharp knife, obviously, and just separate that chicken breast, just like that. Super easy, you guys. And I put a little extra salt and pepper on the paper, so I just have to pick it up like that. And then I have some seasoned flour, okay? Super simple. I did parsley, lemon pepper, a little garlic powder, because this is a seasoning, you know? And I'm just gonna dredge it. I'm not putting it in milk. I'm not doing egg wash. I just want the ever so slight light coating. And if you're low carb, that's not gonna interfere. There's such a minimal amount of carb on there. I'm gonna turn this down, it's starting to get hot. Ooh, I wasn't watching it. That's that thing about doing stuff on Facebook Live, it just goes so quick. I'm gonna put some butter in there. So I've got my chicken breast. I'm dredging it ever so lightly in flour, seasoned flour, lemon pepper. You could just do salt and pepper and a little parsley, a little garlic, whatever you like. Okay, you just want to season it. And you want to make sure you season your chicken breasts too. You want them to be salt and peppered at least, okay? Very simple. The flavor is going to come into with the wine and the butter and the freshly squeezed lemon juice that you're going to add to this, okay? So you're essentially almost making a brown butter sauce, if you will. Here's my chicken breast again, it's big. And I'm just gonna separate. I'm gonna trim it first. If there's any kind of like visible fat, I'm gonna take that off. I don't want, you know, I don't want my guests or my family to bite into like a big glob of fat, okay? There we go. I just wanna trim it up. It doesn't have to be perfect if you don't want all that gobbledygook on there. And then you're gonna separate it. And you'll notice I have a piece of parchment here. Again, that's just part of my like food safety paranoia. I don't like any kind of cross-contamination. It just grosses me out so bad. Okay, so I'm just gonna make room in the pan for my salt and peppered. Oh, I forgot to do the dredging on this one. Okay, dredge it really lightly in a seasoned flour. Toss it off. I don't want a lot sticking to it, just a little bit. And what this does when you lightly coat it with flour like this, you're doing just an ever so slight breading, and the flour keeps the meat tender, and then it also helps with your sauce, because out of this oil and butter that I have in here, I'm gonna make a sauce. So I'm gonna let those cook about 3-4 minutes, like super fast. So when we talk about making a nice dinner and being able to, I lost my network connection. What's going on with my Wi-Fi tonight? When I talk about being able to make really delicious meals on a budget and quickly, this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about gorgeous lemon butter chicken with white wine and, you know, doing it over a pasta or a beautiful bed of vegetables. You serve this kind of meal and it looks like something you would get in a beautiful restaurant, and it costs like nothing. You could get boneless chicken breast at Sam's Club for $1.88 a pound. So I know we had that discussion earlier on Facebook about the cost of chicken breasts, and you can find them, you know, different varying prices, but they're really not expensive. So again, 2 to 3 minutes per side, super quick, you guys. No excuse. By the time you get in the car and go to Del Taco and wait in line, the meal's done. Okay, and I guarantee you it's not even that expensive. Okay, so I'm gonna brown these. Once they're done, they look like this. Okay, so I did a batch for you guys. I'm gonna take all the chicken out, and then in this pan, I'm gonna do just some extra butter. We live in Redlands in Southern California, and we're lucky to have beautiful Meyer lemons. And if you don't know what a Meyer lemon is, they're super sweet and delicious. So I'm going to use fresh squeezed Meyer lemon juice. I sat there and did like 20 lemons today, so I've got it for all my recipes. And you can freeze this. You can put them in ice cube trays and freeze them in a baggie. It keeps in the fridge about a week or two. It's not, you know, it doesn't stay forever. You can buy that lemon juice crap in the store, but it's got a lot of chemicals in it. I'm just not a fan of it. But if that's all you got, I'm not going to judge. Again, if you go to my Foodie Princess YouTube, I have a chicken piccata recipe that's very similar. We're just a couple steps away from chicken piccata. So if you like that, go on the website or go on YouTube and watch the video. It's called chicken piccata, and with that I served it with a lemon brown butter pappardelle pasta that is phenomenal. But this doesn't have the capers. So if you have finicky eaters that don't like capers, or if you're not sure if you like capers, this is the dish for you. And you can decide how much. I'm gonna put some more butter in here. You can decide how much of a lemon flavor you want. If you want it to be a really concentrated lemon flavor, then zest the lemon zest into the sauce once you pull the chicken out, and it will give an even more concentrated flavor. We know that citrus, the oils in the citrus peel are where the flavor lies. So the lemon juice or the orange juice that you're using in whatever you're cooking has flavor, but the zest is where the real magic is. I'm not adding it to this today, but you could. It would be delicious. And I'm really not, because I juiced all the lemons and it's like really hard to get the zest off of like a wilted peel, you know, but it would be delicious. I made the best, you guys, homemade, completely from scratch orange chicken last night. And I wanted to do a video, but it just never happened. And I, deep fried the chicken pieces, and I made my own orange sauce out of, again, our Redlands oranges here. And it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. So doing things from scratch just tastes better. And you can control what you're putting in your dish, right? It just tastes better. Okay, so I'm just I turned this way down because it was starting to brown. So I got to turn it back up to make it finish. Almost ready, about another minute. And then I'm going to show you how to make the sauce. And literally, if I wasn't doing a Facebook video and chatting, this would be done in like under 20 minutes. And that's including the prep time. So it's just, if you're tuning in, it's boneless, skinless chicken breast that I butterflied in half. I'll put this on my Foodie Princess YouTube later if you don't want to make it today, but you want to, get it later. You can always find my videos on YouTube. So, if you're thinking about what to make for dinner and you think, she made a good something, you can go on there and find it. What was I saying? I get so distracted. 20 minutes. You're going to butterfly the chicken breasts so that they're thin. You don't want like a big, giant, fat chicken breast. Okay, so you're going to butterfly it. Plus it makes the chicken go farther. So when you're serving a crowd, it really is economical because it's, they're not huge. Once you butterfly them, you're going to salt and pepper them or season them how you like. It's up to you. And then you're going to make a seasoned flour, just all-purpose flour with, I did lemon pepper and parsley and a little garlic powder in mine. But you could do whatever you want. Go ahead and mix this. Yeah, it's delicious, Tim. It's absolutely delicious. And then you're going to lightly dredge it, dust it off. We're not dipping it in milk and egg. We're not looking for a breading on here. These, if you see them, they're just ever so slightly breaded. What I'm really looking for is the flour that's being toasted off in this pan that's going to thicken my sauce. So I'm going to use white wine to glaze it. I'm going to put lemon juice in here to add the flavor, and then I'm going to add butter again, and butter will thicken that sauce at the end and add a nice gloss to it, okay? So these look like they're ready to be pulled out. See how pretty they are? And then I'm going to return them to the pan and they're going to continue cooking, okay? And there's a lot of like flavor in this pan, the brown bits of flour that are in there. And this was just, I want to say 4 chicken breasts. Look at how much it makes. It's like 4 or 5 chicken breasts. So it makes a lot. Okay, I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. So to this pan, can you guys see? I think you can. I'm going to add some white wine. Now, when we talk about white wine for cooking, you want to use a wine that you would drink typically. So I have a Cliffside Chardonnay, and I'm going to add just like maybe, I don't know, like maybe a half a cup, whatever. And then I'm going to add a couple more pats of butter, like maybe 2. I might add more. I'm just going to look at it. I'm just eyeballing it. I'm going to add garlic, but you don't have to. I just like garlic. Typically, this dish does not have garlic in it, but I just like the flavor of it. To me, I feel like it needs it. Just my opinion. I'm going to get rid of the seasoned flour because we do that up here. And I've got my fresh squeezed Meyer lemon juice. So Meyer lemons, if you're not familiar with them, have just such a beautiful flavor. I need a whisk. Here's one. They're sweeter than your typical lemon. And they have just a really nice flavor. They're not as acidic, if you will. Hey, Jason. Okay, so I'm just getting all these brown bits out of my pan. And my sauce, I'm just have it on a lower medium heat. And I'm going to add my lemon. Now I have, how much is this? This is 2/3 of a cup of lemon juice. I'm probably not going to use all of this. I'm just going to kind of, see, I've got like a rogue seed in here. I don't want it to get in there. You can always fish it out later. I got my finger on it. I'm going to use, typically you want the juice of at least 1 lemon. And 1 lemon, 1 decent sized lemon will give you a lot of juice. I like a really strong lemony flavor. So again, cater to what you like. And I'm going to keep whisking. And the sauce is coming together. The brown bits have kind of incorporated into the wine. If you don't want to use wine, you could use chicken stock. But I will tell you, wine, if you're worried about the alcohol content, if you cook it and you simmer it, it completely cooks out the alcohol content. So it's safe for kids, it's safe, but it adds a nice flavor. So I never used to drink at all ever, and I always cook with wine, so it's completely up to you, but some people are weird about it, and I get it, do what works for you. Okay, this sauce is looking so gorgeous. I'm probably gonna just put a little more lemon juice in it because I like it. And the Meyer lemons are a little bit, they're not as like strong, lemony flavor. Okay, it's looking good. I don't know, can you guys see in there? Let me lift it up for you so you can see it. Can you see the sauce, you guys? It's looking really pretty. I'm going to turn up the heat just another minute or so, and then I'm going to add my chicken and continue cooking it. It's really cooked. It's really done at this point, but I want the flavors to kind of marry in the pan. And I am going to add 1 more tablespoon of butter just because I feel like it needs just a little bit thicker consistency. So all in all, in this recipe, there's 4 tablespoons of butter. It's not a tremendous amount, but it's 4 this is like, I could feed 6 to 8 people with this chicken. I'm telling you right now, with pasta and vegetable and a salad, like there's plenty. So it's not a lot of butter, but butter's our friend. We like butter. Okay, this is gorgeous. I just want to give the garlic a time to kind of marry into the sauce. If you don't add the garlic, this is done like in 2 seconds. The fact that I added garlic is, I kind of went against the grain. I always change things up, and I just like the flavor of it. So I just want to make sure that the garlic doesn't have a raw flavor. So I want to cook it out just a little bit more. But you can see the sauce. I think you can see it in here. Yeah, it's frothy, it's thick, it's beautiful. There's just enough body to it. And the butter's gonna give it a nice gloss so that when you serve it and it cooks down, you can serve it over pasta, like I said, and just spoon ladle a little bit of the lemon sauce on the top. I'm gonna hit it with some fresh parsley from my garden, and I'm telling you, it's such a beautiful dish. If you're entertaining, like people think that you spent like hours cooking, and this takes like 20 minutes, start to finish. And that's the whole reason I do these videos, you guys. Being a restaurant food critic, I love my restaurateurs. I love, you know, a good restaurant. But so often we feel pressure, you know, if people want to come over for dinner, or sometimes it's just too expensive to go out, especially if we have a big family. And I feel like it's so easy to eat beautiful food at home that doesn't cost a lot and still made with good ingredients. So that's why I do these videos. So if you could share these videos with your foodie friends, you know, it helps me out, and you know, it helps me to continue to be able to do them. So I'm going to introduce these chicken breasts that I dredged lightly. Okay, I'm going to add it back into the sauce, and everything's just going to kind of marry together. They're going to hang out together in this wine butter sauce and just, you know, talk sweet nothings to each other. And my pan's a little crowded because I've got a little extra here, as I always like to have leftovers. And I'm going to pour any juices that I had back into here, because you don't want to lose any of that gorgeous flavor. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that meat. And I'm just going to let it kind of hang out. It's gorgeous, okay? And then again, you're going to serve it over a pasta, serve it over, you want to serve it over rice, cauliflower, if you're doing keto. You know, this because it's dredged in flour, it does have a small amount of carbohydrates in it, but it's like, it's non-existent, really it is. It's such a small amount. I mean, I would say all in all, there's probably a tablespoon of flour in here, literally. And that's between all these little chicken breasts. So look at how thick. Can you see how thick and gorgeous the sauce is? I'm going to give it another minute, and I'm going to plate it just so you can see how pretty it looks. I'll just do one so you can see it. And I don't have my pasta ready or anything, so it's not going to be as gorgeous. But I just want you to see how simple it is to make a 20-minute max. That's 20 minutes, like while you're staring in the refrigerator and you're like getting all your ingredients. I mean, this is a super quick meal, and it's so delicious. The butter wine sauce is just decadent. Even my kids like it. I mean, it's just one of those things that everybody's like, oh Mom, what is this? It's just so good. They always look forward to it. If you wanted to make this piccata, really all you need to do is add capers at this point. It's really like, this is chicken piccata, less the capers. That's really what this is. I don't put garlic in typically in my piccata, but you could. And super simple. Okay, this looks great. I'm just going to put it on the plate so you can see it. I'm going to put a couple pieces on here. I want to let you see how pretty this is. I'll just do a couple. Just pull them out here. The sauce is thick. It's gorgeous. I'm going to get like a little spoon so you guys can see the sauce. Got like a little ladle here. Look how rich and beautiful that sauce is. You see it? Isn't it gorgeous? And then you're just going to hit it with a little fresh parsley, just a little bit. And I mean, less the splatters. Is that gorgeous? It's so simple. It's very flavorful. It has a delicate flavor. You know, it's butter, wine, and lemon. It's just beautiful. You can also serve it, if you want to get fancy, you can serve it with some lemon slices. You know, I've got a couple Meyer lemon slices here. You know, super pretty, right? If you serve this on a plate with pasta and vegetables, I mean, your guests can be like, holy heck, are we at the Four Seasons? It's very nice. Super simple. So what I need you to do is go to the Foodie Princess YouTube. Please subscribe. You know, I do these videos. I really want you to subscribe if you enjoy them. And please share them on your page. Share them from Facebook and share them from YouTube so that more people can share the love, the foodie love. You know, if you know people that like to eat or that are interested in cooking, I try to make it simple for you guys. It's all that's in this is butter, good olive oil, seasoned flour, chicken breast, and white wine. Hello? I mean, lemon juice, it's so simple. There's really nothing in it. So they should be ingredients you have on hand. If you have any questions, drop it below and I'll try and get back to you. But it's important, you guys, that we eat good. I think it is. We don't need to eat garbage. We can eat beautiful food, and we can teach our families that it's okay to expect to have beautiful food and to have expectations to eat well. I mean, hello, we like to eat, right? I do, obviously. So it's about appreciating the food and thinking, what can I do with this? How can I take a $1.88 chicken breast and turn it into a beautiful meal versus just some like boring chicken breasts? Like, you can make a beautiful meal out of chicken breasts. You can make a beautiful meal out of ground beef. You really can. So if there's something you want me to make or you have questions about it, send me a message. I'll be happy to do a video. I'm always, you know, I just cook off the cuff. It's like, what do I have on hand? Open the fridge. Very rarely do I plan. Now, I will say I always have a very stocked pantry, pretty much. But I just cook off the fly. What do I have? And I'm going to cook it. Grace, stop doing that. My daughter's in the whole video shaking. Anyway, I'm going to go make the rest of my dinner. I hope that you enjoyed this video. And again, if you could go to my Foodie Princess YouTube and click subscribe, I would love that. If you could share my video, I would love that even more. And I will see you guys the next time I do a video. By the way, I want to show you my bread. Look at this dough. Today was a baking day. Can you see this gorgeous dough? This is going to be 2 loaves of French bread. And I don't know if you can see my banana chocolate chip bread, and I made like a crumb topping with like oatmeal and brown sugar. It's gonna be so good for dessert. Okay, you guys, have a great one. Bye.